Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and in this Bitcoin video, following my last video, Bitcoin did see that breakdown of that small head and shoulders pattern on just the 1 hour chart once again. So this was just a small downside move, and once again, it came down to this exact price target down here, which was coming in at these previous lows just here, as I said in my last video. And since we came down to that low just here, obviously we got a bounce, and ever since we got that bounce, some massive Bitcoin news has come out. So as you can see just here, Morgan Stanley has become the first big US bank to offer its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds. This is extremely bullish news moving forward. And that news pretty much came out right as Bitcoin was getting this bounce down here. And once again, I said to buy in those lower areas in my last video. And yeah, once again, ever since that massive news came out, Bitcoin has seen a massive pump to the upside. And yeah, going into this video, I will be showing my exact Bitcoin price targets in the short term and in the longer term. So make sure you stick around for this video. Also, I will be showing you my exact Ethereum price targets. And towards the end of this video, I will be adding your most suggested altcoin in the comment section on my last video. So if all of that sounds good to you, then please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more videos like this one. I try and put as much time and effort into these videos each and every day to try and help you make money in crypto. So if you could just spend a couple seconds to go down and click like and subscribe, it seriously means a lot and it helps out the channel so much. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart, on the 2 hour chart. And yeah, once again, as you can see over the last day, Bitcoin has seen a massive move to the upside. This move from this bottom just here up to the top was pretty much a 10% move within 12 hours. And as you can tell, this move was legit because of the massive volume that came in on this massive candle to the upside. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is the fact that if you draw out the Fibonacci retracement tool from around the all-time high down to this recent low that we just had, Bitcoin from that low came right up to the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. And this is coming in at approximately $59,600 US dollars. So right now in the immediate short term, that's a small bit of resistance for Bitcoin to get above. Once again, coming in roughly around 59,500 US dollars. And obviously that will be coming in confluence with around the 60,000 US dollar level, because once again, 60,000 US dollars, that's just a massive psychological resistance level for Bitcoin. So yeah, in around that range from 59.5 up to 60,000, that will be our next range of resistance for Bitcoin to get above. So definitely make sure you pay attention to that, because so far we have seen one small rejection from that level. But yeah, from what we've just seen here, it looks like Bitcoin is potentially getting ready to gather momentum to come back up towards its second retest of this level. Because right now in the immediate short term, Bitcoin is holding its ground just here, which is good to see. And also just 2 videos ago now, I made a video just 2 days ago showing you this potential inverse head and shoulders pattern that was forming. And I said that if we get a rejection around here and come back down to this exact level and come back up, and if we break this neckline, this pattern is once again a bullish pattern. It's an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And so if we break above this neckline, once again, I said this 2 videos ago, just 2 days ago, I said if we break above that neckline, coming in at around 56,500 US dollars, then we are set to explode to the upside. And so far, we've seen exactly that. We've come back up to around 59,500 once again. So yeah, congrats to everyone that was keeping an eye on that pattern since I mentioned that pattern just 2 videos ago. And in that video where I was talking about this pattern, I mentioned that this type of pattern is commonly a bullish reversal pattern. So usually, not always, but usually this means that Bitcoin has potentially bottomed out on this small little correction. And once again, I've been saying ever since Bitcoin really entered this small little dip over the past few days, I've been saying that I do not expect Bitcoin to go down very far, considering the fact that we were just in a massive correction for around 3 weeks. And usually Bitcoin doesn't have back-to-back corrections that are massive like that. So yeah, once again, I wasn't expecting some massive downside for Bitcoin. But in that being said, once I've zoomed out on the chart, you can see here that a potential head and shoulders pattern is forming on the 2 hour chart. And this $54,000 level is the neckline for this head and shoulders pattern. So for as long as we remain above 54,000 US dollars, then Bitcoin is looking pretty bullish. But if we do come back down towards the 54K level, and especially if we break that 54K level to the downside, then to be perfectly honest, that is not not too good for Bitcoin in the short term. But I want to make that clear. It's just in the short term. Any downside price action will simply be for no longer than a few weeks, like what we saw just back there. And as I've been saying for months now on the channel, any sort of downside dip that we get like this should be seen as a buying opportunity because Bitcoin is still in a bull run long term. Like when you zoom out to the daily US dollar chart, for example, these massive corrections look like nothing when you actually zoom out. And yeah, once again, on the daily US chart, as you can see here, the volume has been declining over the past few months. And these bigger spikes in volume, once again, have been getting smaller each time, as well as the RSI, the tops of the RSI have been declining over the last few months as well. Meanwhile, the bottoms on the RSI are actually going to the upside. So the volume's heading down, the RSI is coiling up, getting in a tightening range, all while the price has been consolidating for some time now. This all points to us having an absolutely massive move sometime soon. Now, these three things, the price coiling up, the declining volume, and the RSI entering a tightening formation, even though they tell us that a massive move is coming sometime soon, they do not tell us the direction of this move, unfortunately. We have to use other indicators to determine where the potential direction of this massive move will be going. And first of all, just the fact that we are in a bull market, it technically is more likely that a massive move is going to happen to the upside than to the downside. But in that being said, the last two massive spikes of volume have been on a red candle to the downside. So yeah, just definitely keep an eye out for this move beginning to happen. And honestly, I would expect it sometime soon. Once again, this is on the daily chart, so each one of these candles is an entire day. So Bitcoin could totally spend a few more weeks coiling up in this tightening formation. But yeah, honestly, I would say either towards the end of this month or early next month in April, definitely expect a massive move on the chart. Now, zooming into the 4-hour chart, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool. In my opinion, if we do see a massive move to the downside, the absolute lowest we could possibly go is at around $50,000 because that's the 61.8% Fibonacci level. And that's also roughly where the 50-day EMA will be in just a few days from now. And throughout this entire bull run, once again, I've been saying this in my last few videos, but I'll say it again for all of the new viewers on the channel. Throughout this bull run, Bitcoin has pretty much never broken below this 50-day EMA, with the exception of like these two little wicks to the downside just here, but we immediately came back to the upside. It's not impossible that Bitcoin breaks below the 50K level. It's just incredibly unlikely in my opinion. But now for the fun part, now for the upside targets for if Bitcoin does see that massive move to the upside. And well, as you can see here, over the last 3 weeks or so, Bitcoin has been forming this massive cup and handle pattern. And the price target for this cup and handle pattern, when you measure it out to the upside, is coming in at around $73,000 per Bitcoin. But just before that 73K level, if I bring out the Fibonacci extensions on the chart, the next big Fibonacci level above the all-time high is coming in at approximately $67,000. That's the 1618 Fibonacci level, once again at around 67K. So if we do see the big move to the upside, we'll almost certainly be heading up towards 67,000. And if we break above that level, we'll be heading up towards $73,000. And I would expect this sort of price action to happen within the next 1 to 2 months from now. So once again, simply just dollar cost averaging into the current prices. If you're holding that Bitcoin for the long term as an investment, dollar cost averaging is honestly one of the best strategies to go with, especially for all of the beginners out there. All right, now heading over to the Ethereum US dollar chart, we're on the 4-hour chart for Ethereum. And I mentioned two things about Ethereum in my last video. I said that on the 4-hour chart, Ethereum was potentially forming this head and shoulders pattern. But because I recorded my last video at around here, I said that the right shoulder was looking pretty flat. It wasn't really a right shoulder. But since then, obviously we have seen a bit more of a bounce to the upside for Ethereum. So this is creating a little bit more of a right shoulder for Ethereum. And once again, the head and shoulders patterns are a bearish pattern. For as long as we remain above around $1,730, we're looking all right for Ethereum because that's the neckline. But if we begin to break below $1,700, then the technical price target for this head and shoulders is coming in at approximately $1,530, which is also coming in confluence with the golden pocket just here, the 61.8% Fibonacci level, which by the way, that exact Fibonacci level is coming in at around $1,550, so around the same same price target. And once again, that's only if we break below around $1,700 with some decent volume on the chart. And yeah, as for the second thing about Ethereum that I mentioned in my yesterday's video, I basically just said that right now Ethereum is simply trading between these horizontal support and resistance levels, and in the immediate short term we're simply just looking neutral for Ethereum. We're not looking overly bullish or bearish. And I mentioned as soon as we break one of these two levels on the chart, that's going to determine the next trend for Ethereum in the short term. So once again, the support levels coming in at around $1,730, and this resistance level is coming in at around $1,880, and that's because we saw some massive resistance back here, and if you take a look at the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high down to that low, that's the 78.6% Fibonacci level coming in at pretty much exactly 1880. So once again, it's important to keep an eye on that support and resistance level for Ethereum, because for as long as we're in between those levels, we're simply just neutral in the short term. And once again, as soon as we break one of those levels, that's going to determine the next trend for Ethereum. Now, I've obviously already given you my downside price target for if we break the support, but as for my upside price target, if we break this resistance at 1880, I'll simply be immediately targeting the all-time high coming in at around $2,040. So yeah, those are all of my exact price targets and important levels to watch out for Ethereum. All right, and now heading over to your most suggested altcoin in the comment section of my last video. And once again, every now and again, I include one of your favorite altcoins towards the end of these videos, and I simply just include the most suggested altcoin that's in the comment section of these videos. So if there's only like one person commenting one altcoin, I might not make a video about that altcoin. But if a bunch of people are commenting the same altcoin, that's where I would include that altcoin in one of these videos. But yeah, quite a few people commented on my last few videos about Litecoin. So this is on the Litecoin US dollar chart on the 1-day chart. And as you can see here, throughout this bull run, just like Bitcoin, Litecoin has pretty much stayed above the 50-day EMA throughout this entire bull run. So at the bottom of these corrections, we have seen a couple quick wicks down, but we pretty much came immediately back up. So honestly, anytime you were buying along the 50-day EMA, once again, we got so much support at around this moving average. And right now, this 50-day EMA for Litecoin is coming in at around $185. So honestly, if we dip back down towards around 190 even, that's where I would be accumulating Litecoin if you've already made up your mind and you want to start accumulating Litecoin. Around those sort of price areas, just straight off the bat, would be a decent buy into Litecoin if you're holding for the long term. Once again, these altcoins that I show in these videos, I pretty much just look at the technicals, just the price and the charts. If you're putting any money into altcoins, make sure you do your own research and understand exactly what project you're actually investing in before you put your money in there. But yeah, in that being said, Litecoin over the past few weeks has been forming lower highs, and obviously throughout this bull run, it's constantly been forming higher lows, all while the volume has been declining. As you can see here, this is setting up Litecoin for a massive move sometime soon. And once again, because we've seen this so often, it's very likely that Litecoin remains above this 50-day EMA. So this massive move is unlikely to be to the downside. If we do see a break to the downside, it would almost certainly be just a fake out. But a breakout to the upside for Litecoin on the daily US dollar chart would send the Litecoin price just above $300. So if we break this resistance level, which is coming in at around $225, if we start breaking out, and more importantly, if we break above this high just here at around 228 approximately, and once again, with a big spike of volume, we need to see that volume exceed previous volume levels. But yeah, if we do begin to see that breakout to the upside, I'll be targeting up towards $300 per Litecoin. And from the point of the breakout, that is a 37% move to the upside. And yeah, the risk to reward ratio on this is pretty good, considering the fact that Litecoin is incredibly likely to once again hold above this 50-day EMA coming in at around 185. But yeah, that's just about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my future updates. I try and pack these videos with as much valuable information as possible, so in return, if you could just click like and subscribe, it seriously means a lot and it helps out the channel so much. Also, if you have any feedback, have questions or suggestions for me, please let me know in a comment down below. And yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I try and reply to all of my comments on these videos, but just be careful because in the comment section, there can be some scammers down there. So if you see any comment or reply down there with like a phone number, email, Telegram, WhatsApp, anything like that, please do not contact anyone whatsoever that you find from the comment section because it's almost definitely a scammer. So just be careful. But yeah, once again, this is about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed and I'll see you all in the next video.